Hazbin Hotel Season 2 is officially wrapped up with the final two episodes, episodes 7 and 8, airing today. So for the last time, in today's video, I'll be giving a quick synopsis for both episodes with my thoughts, including what I liked and disliked at the end. Spoiler warnings are in effect, and with all that out of the way, let's get into it. Episode 7 continues straight on from episode 6, with Lucifer being trapped and becoming the power source of Vox's new weapon. We then get a gorgeous song sequence with Vox, which showcases his human design and how he died. Vox uses his weapon against Heaven, which destroys the pearly gates and allows Vox to communicate with Heaven. Sarah continues to struggle with this situation, and her and Penchas sing a song which helps Sarah come to a decision. Emily comes down to Hell to help Charlie try one last time to stop Hell from invading, and so they make a plan to broadcast proof of Penchas' redemption to all of Hell. We get a huge song from the entire cast which reflects everyone's goals. In episode 8, Charlie and Vaggie attend Vox's party to enact their plan. Baxter and Nifty sneak into the server room, and Husk and Cherry go to rescue Angel. Baxter is able to fight off Fox's defenses, but Velvet shows up and battles Nifty. Meanwhile, Husk and Cherry are caught trying to save Angel, and so they battle Valentino and his fizz robot. Emily arrives at the party and tries to convince the crowd that Heaven is good, but Vox hypnotizes them all. We then get a huge chain of events where Alistair forces Charlie, using their deal, to admit on TV that Vox is the strongest sinner in Hell, which breaks him free from his deal with Rosie. Vox then places his hands on Charlie's shoulders, which breaks Alistair's final deal and frees him from the chair. Alistair and Vox battle through the entertainment district, and we then cut back to the Valentino battle with Val being beaten. Vox starts using his angelic weapon to try and kill Alistair, and Velvet is beaten. Vox's weapon is about to overload, but the overlords and main cast stand together and contain the blast. Angel leaves the hotel to join the V's, and Valentino takes over Vox Tech. The episode and season ends on a cliffhanger with Lilith calling Charlie. With the synopsis over, let's get into my thoughts, starting with what I liked. The way we immediately got into the lore was great, and seeing Vox's human form in Brighter was awesome. The song itself was fantastic, and the visuals along with it just made it all the better. We learned that Vox died from a TV falling on his head, which had been a very popular fan theory for a while, so it was very cool to see it come true. I especially liked the fact that Vox had heterochromia when he was alive, and how it carried to his demonic form. I loved seeing more of Alistair's manipulation in episode 7, as we can slowly see him picking away at Vox's peace of mind throughout this season. Ironically, I'm studying the Shakespeare play Othello right now, and it features a character called Iago who is just as cunning and skilled with manipulation as Alistair is. The fight sequences were also great, and I loved seeing more of Husk's powers. I especially loved Alistair and Vox's battle. Going through the songs, as I've said already, Brighter is a visual masterpiece, and it's cool we get some lore in it as well. When I Think About the Future was an awesome mashup of a bunch of the previous season 2 songs, and I think it's the perfect song to set up the final episode. Here My Hope was beautiful, and once again had a great mashup of a bunch of different characters. Abel's part of the song was good development, and Alistair and Rosie's part was the definition of peak. That duet actually gave me evidence to a very popular fan theory in my opinion, so I'll definitely be doing a short on that in the future. As usual, the animation in all of the scenes was very high quality, especially the songs as I've already said, and the animation was also noticeably smoother than certain scenes in previous episodes. On to the things I didn't like. I want to preface, like in my other episodes, that I don't think any of these episodes are bad. In fact, none of the episodes are even close to bad. But of course, episodes 7 and 8 have flaws, so I wanted to talk about them a bit. One is yet again the pacing. These episodes were definitely much better, and I think the runtime helped a ton with that. Sadly, it's an Amazon issue again with the 8 episodes thing. I hate bringing it up every time, but I really want to get the message out there, and maybe one day we'll get more than 8 episodes per season. Specific issues I had with the pacing was certain characters' development, mainly Abel, Lute, and Sarah. We knew Abel was nervous about the war starting, and it was obvious there'd be issues when the responsibility eventually and inevitably landed on him to control the army, but I feel like him overcoming that fear in a small part of a song was very rushed. Same applies to Sarah, although not as bad. She spent all season grappling with making her own decision without influence from others, and she overcomes it by being influenced by Penchas after one song. Yes, Penchas was the right and good influence, but I thought the whole point was supposed to be that she came to her own decision. Lute's story this season was just kind of forgotten. We get this huge villain song from her all the way back in episode 2, and then she just doesn't do anything until I guess episode 8, but even then she was just used for Abel's development. If they wanted a side villain for season 3, that's completely fine, but why set them up the beginning of this season instead of just at the end of this season or even next season? In conclusion, both of these episodes were absolutely fantastic, and they were such a good way to end season 2's story. It sets up season 3's premise, wraps up the current story, and there are no major flaws. I'm dreading the Helliver's content drought now, as Hell of a Boss season 3 isn't out until sometime in 2026, and Hazbin season 3 has only just wrapped recording recently, so it'll be at the very least another year before we see that. Although I won't be stressing about posting content every day now, so it'll be like a little holiday. What did you think of these episodes and season overall? Make sure to let me know down in the comments, follow my other socials, and subscribe with notifications to stay up to date on the Helliverse. Thanks for watching.